So, do you have any suggestions or advice that will tell young people not to be scared to come to the hall, especially here in Israel?
Yeah, it's a very, how shall I say, it's a very complicated problem because we cannot be the educators. We should be educated, people should be educated towards us. But the state of Israel has different priorities. Therefore, we are trying to educate in various ways. We send musicians to schools, we explain, we bring young people here. If you don't provide the key to open the door, if you don't treat music as another language, you are in trouble. But there's no reason to be scared, actually. And what I found out, which is interesting, that the young people are connected and related to contemporary music easier than to Brahms, Tchaikovsky, Beethoven, because it's kind of a sound or anti-melodic
that is more
area
to what they're hearing.
Equivalent to what they hear in, right. I don't even know how to describe, the rock, the heavy metal, whatever.
So have you found when doing perhaps a more contemporary program, when you look out into the audience, do you see some less gray hair?
What we try to do is to package all good classical music in a more cool way. You have experienced one concert,
the Jeans. I think the Jeans concert was fantastic with the screens.
Where the orchestra is dressed with jeans. Yeah. The public is informed that they should come as informal as they feel, and we create kind of an event. We provide them with some entertainment music in the auditorium. We create an ambiance of hang around, serving drinks, etc. So people get to know each other. Even matchmaking is nothing wrong about that.
Nothing wrong with matchmaking at the concert hall, that's good.
And then when they come into the concert hall itself, they hear good classical music, but packaged differently. There is a master of ceremony who is usually
explaining and talking a little
bit. A personality, for instance, next year, I introduce you to the Nobel winner.
Right.
She agreed to be a master of ceremony next year in a Jeans concert.
Fantastic.
Or I convinced the Minister of Culture, who's sort of a cool guy, who's in his free time, a DJ, etc., to come and be an MC, etc., etc. Then, you know,
so the community is warming up to it.
Yeah, and we have, you know, the lights are different in a Jeans concert. It's sort of more colorful. We have screens on closed circle television, so there are close-ups on the hands on the expressions. In other words, those who are sitting in row 35
see it like they're in row 1.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's fantastic.
And this, by the way, we are trying now to put in our regular subscription concerts.
For
instance, what's his name? Lexo Toatze is going to be here in April, or Manny X is going to be here in June, especially when you have a pianist. To get close-ups on the keyboard is, especially when you sit on the other side and you don't see
anything.
The hands,
it's wonderful to see.
Then you got it, all kinds of things. But basically, Giora, we take the classical Google music and try to package it differently. And that's a problem, because if you think of that, the big hits were written 200 years ago.
Sure.
There is no real contact between the street and the stage. You guys are dressed in tails.
Yeah.
Nobody's
walking around in
tails. But when Mozart wrote his symphonies, everybody was walking in tails in the streets of Vienna. And you know, when Mozart wrote an opera, everybody went home and they were whistling the tune. Try and whistle a Berio or a Nono tune.
It's not going to work.
And you're in trouble.
You're in trouble. Yeah. So it's a
I think we are facing a new civilization. We are facing a major change in culture, in standards, in anything you can think of. We don't know how to handle it. But
well, before we finish this, I have to ask you, who are you wearing? Because Avi is the most fashionable manager of an orchestra you will ever find, and we find ourselves talking backstage about all the different designers. So tell our friends who.
I'm usually a combination of Italian and Asian designers. So tonight, the shoes are Amadeo Testoni.
Okay, so we have Italy on the ground.
The pants are Giorgio Armani, the one and only.
All right, so we have Italy.
The belt is John Galliano. Look at the belt, it's a very special belt. The t-shirt is the most expensive item. It's a silk Brioni t-shirt. I hate to tell you, I think a village in Bangladesh can survive. And the jacket is my new discovery, the Chinese guy Blanc de Chine.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Giora.